Pickleball Librarian here at the wonderful Genesis Health Club in Lincoln. I went on Cheney Road, but hey, I got to tell you, there's a special thing about Lincoln, Nebraska, and right now I'm going to award our 2022 Pickleball Librarian Virtual Award to the best club, which is Pickleball Lincoln. I mean, you guys have done so much. I mean, I actually look at clubs and see how they're run, and you guys have a great club, and you told me from your experience, you saw what other clubs were doing, you took the best of it. Anyway, this is the original guy, the board member for Pickleball Lincoln, right? And Bill.
Yeah, my name's Bill Roehrs, and I learned how to play pickleball about 10 years ago in Goodyear, Arizona, with some absolutely wonderful people. Took back the things that we felt would help our club and developed over a period of time, and we've seen tremendous growth and are thankful for all the things that the city's done for us and that the various clubs have done for us.
Excellent. And you were a tennis player, right? So tell us your story. How'd you get into pickleball?
Well, I had a football injury, which 50 years later came back to bite me on the shoulder, and had a new shoulder put in. The surgery was great, and ever since then, it was a game that fit where my body was, and it was something brand new in my experiences, and it was so much fun, easy to learn, and I gradually grew from a competitive area to a more of a recreational scene where I love teaching beginners, especially the 65-year-old people who are searching for something to fill their lives for various reasons. Sometimes it's they've lost a loved one, sometimes they just want more connections. But it's been a fabulous sport that meets the needs of talented athletes like we've seen today in a competitive arena, and the recreational version of that is just tremendous. When I do beginning lessons, I start out with, this court here is called the judgment-free zone.
Love it.
And I say, we're going to throw on a gallon worth of kindness and 10 gallons worth of encouragement. That's it.
Wow. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So with that encouragement, I would see the shoulders of the people, they're kind of like this tight, and then they go, oh. And all of a sudden they get, we back up and do things pretty basic, and all of a sudden they always know each other's names, so they make those connections, and they gradually get better and better together.
And I love the story you told about that caregiver and their one day.
Yeah, and this has happened multiple times. There was a person that says, my husband's been in an Alzheimer's unit for 2 years, and I'm the primary caregiver, and they simply, this is my day of normalcy, that I can relax, I can laugh, I can have fun, and the people are very supportive because they all come with different things. There's another one that I tell them, if you don't quit, you will succeed at this sport because you will have so much encouragement from everybody else. And that's the joy of doing this. It's really beyond my beliefs. I never thought I would reach this level of satisfaction in my retirement years. Goodyear, Arizona, and they're great teachers, a wonderful place. It was basically built on the 5 O's running the club, and then as things progressed, some of the 3 O's are saying, what about some of the things for us? And my ears started to perk up a little bit. What things are they doing now to meet the needs of the less talented, because those people were all tournament players. The rest of them were more rec players.
Interesting. Oh, great. I love what you've done. And I mean, you told us about the growth of the club. Where are you guys at now?
Well, we started about 6 years ago. There was 3 of us that started the club, and then there was like 20 members. We had just a few courts we played on, and then the city was really helpful getting us Peterson Park, and they put about $100,000 into that to make 6 courts, and then we've added $300,000 with 4 brand new courts, and then we got the satellite courts, 5 different places with portable nets, and we continue to work with them. We've got some money saved up now through some fundraising, and we hope to have some even more courts in the future.
Now, who are the 3 that started Pickleball Lincoln?
John Hendry, an old tennis player who also happened to be city attorney at the time, and he had kind of his Mayor Beitler Chris Beitler was a wonderful man, is a wonderful man, and he said, we want a sport that keeps seniors in Lincoln and healthy. And that vision has been materialized.
And just to interject, the cool thing about Lincoln is I think I looked at places rated Almanac, AARP. I mean, you guys have high ratings. This is a beautiful place to live.
Yeah. Well, some people don't like the snow and the weather, and but today it was beautiful out. It was a picturesque day.
It is.
It really was. Along with that, Lincoln is a very friendly town. A lot of smaller people will move there. And it's amazing all the connections you can make. In my beginning lessons, I'll say, you know where you're from? And then it's almost all the time somebody, oh, I know so-and-so from, and those are the connections that they already make. And one thing I learned in Arizona from a friend that he said, when we call the score, we'll say, let's say I have 2 and you have 3, and I'm the first server, 2, 3, and I'm 1, and they'll say Jan. That you're serving 2, so you already are learning their name, and that's to me, everybody likes that.
I like that. That's pretty interesting.
I always ask him, is anybody in witness protection?
John Doe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's pretty great. Thank you for sharing. I mean, where do you see the future going?
We couldn't have imagined when we hit 1,000 members. By the way, we also started a lifetime membership thing.
Oh, nice!
It raised us almost $50,000.
Wow.
Because they know, because none of the people within our club that give lessons, none of them charge that they keep the money. Everything goes back into the club.
That's awesome.
And that may not last forever as times change. But the other thing that's been a real help, one of our friends, Doug Marthaler, has gotten Playtime Scheduler going. And a year ago we had 1 ball. And now there must be 30 different balls going on all week, and different places to play, different venues, different skill levels. And one thing we do is a lot of, some are invite only, where it's more of a 3-5s together, yada yada. And then this one is a lot of open play. And so people will just drop in, and that, to me, that's where pickleball really brings the level up. Not necessarily play, but the connections between various players.
Congratulations to Pickleball Lincoln. And the I stands for Incorporated, right?
Yes.
PLI. It's for being the 2022 Pickleball Librarian Virtual Award winner for Best Club.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pickleball Librarian approved. Pickleball Librarian approved. Pickleball Librarian approved.